So guys, we got a story here that unfortunately always tends to rear its ugly head in the Black community, and that's dealing with scammers. Now, we heard the likes of DJ Envy as of recent that supposedly scammed some people, and you have all these different pyramid schemes going on. You have real estate, credit repair, several other money-making scheme and financial literacy courses and things that basically paint a picture for Black folks to make a quick buck. And it always seems that Black people tend to be the target that falls for this. And a lot of these people tend to prey on the ignorance of certain Black people, and even going as far as calling them gullible behind the scenes and being able to fall for everything with these get rich quick schemes, which always pop up. And you always see these people, especially on daytime television. You have these different charlatans talking. You have people like Grant Cardone and other Black men that they use to endorse their product to get other Black people to fall in line. But in this case today, I am talking about a Black couple whose names are Lashonda Moore and Marlon Moore. Now, Lashonda Moore and Marlon Moore are both in their late 30s at this point. And one was a DJ and another one was actually in real estate and insurance, if I'm not mistaken. And they're one of those Black power couples that people tend to look at. And they've actually been on Oprah Winfrey's own network on a television show. But they have created something that they swindled and scammed millions of dollars out of poor, struggling Black folks during the pandemic when people were losing their jobs, not able to work, sick, down and out. And they brought about this pyramid scheme that promised to help make Black people a quick buck by contributing $1,400 in this scheme. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip. This goes as far back as several years now, guys, but they formally have gotten indicted for this by a federal grand jury in Eastern Texas in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So let's go ahead and play this clip, guys. Let's go.
Over the past year, there have been many new efforts to support Black-owned businesses. But some say this Prosper couple here took advantage of that. The FTC and the state of Texas are suing Lashonda and Marlon Moore, claiming they scammed millions from members of the Black community. Tonight, we are hearing from that couple for the first time since the lawsuit was filed. Here's Meredith Yeomans.
Lashonda and Marlon Moore showed up at the Collin County Courthouse with security by their side.
No comment at this time.
The couple, who lives in this Prosper home, is accused of operating an illegal pyramid scheme, Blessings in No Time, aka BINT, to scam tens of millions of dollars from members of the African American community. People like Yolanda Robertson from Georgia.
I wouldn't think that our people would do us like this at a time of the pandemic. We were already hurting, we were already suffering. I had been unemployed.
Robertson says she initially contributed $1,400 to BINT, was promised at least an 8-fold return, and says she bought in because of a money-back guarantee.
It made sense because my friend who brought me in received 11,400. So I said, okay, she received it. I should receive it if I invest in it. And if not, I'll get my money back.
From Alabama, retired teacher Rosetta Fleming told us a similar story.
They promised that they would give you a refund if you were not satisfied.
Okay, what everybody wants to know about. Everybody wants to know what's going on with the refunds.
Both say they logged into numerous Zoom calls hosted by the Moores, who also appeared on a reality show last year. But months after becoming BINT members, both say they requested refunds, and both are still waiting.
I advised them, my home is about to be foreclosed on. Can I get at least $1,400 of my $5,650 back? And still, it fell on deaf ears.
The lawsuit filed by the Texas Attorney General says since January, the state has received nearly 200 consumer complaints against the Moores and BINT, alleging over $700,000 in losses. Heading into court,
I think the truth will come to light.
Marlon and Lashonda Moore had little to say.
No comment at this time.
Inside, the couple's attorneys argued the Moores should not have their assets frozen because money was never paid directly to them or BINT. It's the beginning of what could be a lengthy court battle for the couple accused of luring people with false promises. Meredith Yeomans, NBC5.
The lawsuit filed by the FTC and the state of Arkansas claims there are thousands of victims nationwide.
Now, that clip I just showed you guys was from 2 years ago, over 2 years ago, actually, in June 2021. And here we are in November of 2023. And like I said, they were actually indicted by the federal grand jury in Eastern Texas on November 8th of this year, guys. Now, as I said, this whole scheme they had set up, this is a faith-based scheme, by the way, as they consider themselves Christians, scamming black folks out here. But how this pyramid scheme was set up was they had different positions on a board, earth, wind, and fire, and the water, which was only one spot based off what I know of, and I'll show it on the screen here. The water spot means that's where you get the money at. But what they would do is that they would place themselves and family members in these slots. And basically, you would move up a slot by recruiting other people, to my understanding. So they made over 10 million, almost $11 million by doing this to people. And I guess some people would, any scam or any scheme that you have going on, some people got to get some money out of it, right? Some people. But they pocketed all this bread. Like I said, they've been on Oprah Winfrey's show, Family or Finance. They've been on the Breakfast Club. They were doing these different things. And like I said, the group is called BINT, which is blessings in no time. But obviously, no time means it's no time that you're going to be getting your money. And these folks, it's one of those power couples that show off with the power weaves, the different designer, and all these things saying, hey, look, you could be like us. But these guys are facing some serious jail time. I know it's a white collar crime, but other couples have went down in terms of white collar crimes. They're facing decades. But this amount of money and having to pay back restitution and stuff like that, it's not something, but I don't know why people a lot of times think that they can get away with it. But they bank on the fact that they know our folks aren't going to do their due diligence. They know our folks are gullible. And I'm saying this coming from someone who was in the finance industry. When you actually talk to a lot of our people and you realize that the literacy, the financial literacy isn't there. And a lot of people will take advantage of our people in these cases, especially older people. And during the time of the pandemic, to do this is just disgusting, in my opinion. So they saw an opportunity here. This guy, Marlon Moore, he used to be a DJ that went by the name of DJ ASAP out of Dallas, Texas. I guess he was doing his thing out there. And Lashonda, she's from out of Arkansas. She was a single mom. She was in insurance, and I guess he pursued her and they became this power couple and put two heads together and decided to devise this plan to do this. So it's sad, but I guess a lot of people can be like, well, JR, you know, white folks do it to black folks all the time. You don't say anything. And it, like the lady said, I advise all of you who are watching this, if it's too good to be true, chances are it is. There was a lot of these schemes going around on Facebook, I believe, probably a few years ago, probably like 5 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, which is around that same time. Now, I'm not saying not around the time of the pandemic, but it was around the same time when a lot of these schemes were popping up and people were investing in them. Hey, invest this, you'll get 8 times as much, which is what the promise was for this. Invest $1,400, you'll get back $11,200, 800% increase, right? But a lot of these people didn't see anything, and it's unfortunate. And especially when you're trying to get your money back and you don't hear anything, deaf ears. And you're looking at these people living good. It's got to be true. Somebody referred me. They were one of the lucky people that got the money back. Let me just give the little $1,400 I have, and hopefully I can get back $11,000 something. But I don't know, man. There's a saying: our people perish due to lack of knowledge, right? Some people share knowledge. Some people don't want to share knowledge. I'm not saying that knowledge and information needs to be free. It is. But a lot of times there are people that are gatekeepers that don't want to share the knowledge with people. If you're selling it, you need to have testimonies and things like that. There's just other ethnic groups, other groups out there that they're willing to share the information for free. And people will listen to it and follow through it. But I guess that's one of the things that's keeping us behind as a whole in the black community in the United States is this mindset, this thought process of unity, solidarity, and actually promoting education in terms of financial literacy. But just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about this. What do you think should happen to these folks? Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts, helps us support the channel. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. With that being said, much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next video that's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. It's your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. I'm out of here. Peace.